Many people think that raising your voice is the only way to be taken seriously. They believe that shouting equals authority, and that the loudest person in the room is the most respected. But in reality, this couldn't be further from the truth. True respect is not about volume, but about presence. Think of the leaders and mentors you admire most. Were they the loudest, or were they calm, confident, and firm in their actions? Respect that lasts is not built on fear or intimidation. It is built on consistency, clarity, and strength of character. In this video, we will explore how to command respect without ever raising your voice by applying principles inspired by Stoic wisdom and modern psychology. You will learn how calmness becomes power, how silence can be stronger than noise, and how actions shape lasting respect. Respect starts with inner authority. Before others can respect you, you must first respect yourself. That means developing inner authority, a quiet confidence that shows in your posture, your tone, and your choices. Respect begins with self-discipline. If you can control your emotions, your impulses, and your reactions, people will naturally see you as reliable and strong. Imagine two people facing a crisis. One panics and shouts, the other stays calm and focused. Who would you follow? Always the one who remains steady. Respect is earned through emotional stability. Practice speaking slower, maintaining eye contact, and grounding yourself with deep breaths. These small habits show that you are not easily shaken. Self-respect radiates outward. When you carry yourself with dignity, people sense it immediately. They know they cannot push you around, not because you are loud, but because you are steady, controlled, and unshakable in your inner authority. The power of calmness in conflict. Conflict is where respect is tested. Many people raise their voice in arguments, believing volume wins battles. But true leaders understand that calmness wins wars. When you stay calm, you take control of the emotional temperature in the room. You show that you are the anchor, not the storm. This does not mean you suppress emotions, but you choose how to respond instead of reacting blindly. A calm tone makes people listen more carefully because they sense confidence in your words. In professional settings, the person who remains calm during conflict is often the one everyone turns to for solutions. In personal life, calmness prevents small disagreements from escalating into damaging fights. Train yourself to pause before answering in tense situations. That silence itself becomes powerful. Calmness is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength in moments of chaos. Setting boundaries without shouting. Respect cannot exist without boundaries. Yet boundaries do not need to be shouted. They need to be stated clearly and consistently. When you express your limits calmly, you show maturity and control. For example, instead of yelling, "Don't interrupt me," you could calmly say, "I'll finish my point and then I'll hear yours." This tone carries authority without aggression. Boundaries are not about controlling others. They are about defining how you will respond when lines are crossed. If you allow disrespect without reaction, you lose credibility. But if you overreact with shouting, you also lose respect. The balance is firmness without volume. Rehearse phrases that are polite but strong, like, "That doesn't work for me," or "Here's what I can offer." Over time, people will realize that your words mean what they say, even without forceful volume behind them. Actions speak louder than words. One of the oldest Stoic lessons is that character is revealed through action, not speech. Shouting may get quick attention, but consistent action builds lasting respect. If you show up on time, keep promises, and deliver results, your reputation becomes louder than any raised voice. People may ignore your words, but they cannot ignore your actions. For example, a boss who yells at employees may command temporary obedience, but a leader who leads by example commands true loyalty. In family life, a parent who calmly models discipline earns more respect than one who constantly shouts. When your actions match your words, your integrity becomes undeniable. The quiet consistency of following through day after day earns more respect than dramatic outbursts. If you want to be taken seriously, make sure your actions speak for you long before your voice does. The role of body language. Respect is not only in what you say, but how you carry yourself. Nonverbal cues often communicate more than words. When you walk with confidence, stand tall, and maintain open body language, people naturally pay attention. A person who speaks softly but stands firmly is often more respected than someone who shouts with nervous gestures. Stoicism teaches that composure is a form of communication. Eye contact, steady posture, and controlled movements all show authority without noise. Imagine a teacher who lowers their voice instead of raising it. The class leans in to listen more carefully. This works in business meetings, negotiations, and even at home. By mastering calm body language, you shift the energy in the room. People sense control and discipline. Your physical presence alone can command respect long before you speak a single word. Choosing words that carry weight. Commanding respect is not about saying more, it's about saying less with greater impact. Shouting weakens words, but carefully chosen language amplifies them. Use short, direct sentences. Replace emotional outbursts with calm clarity. For example, instead of shouting, "You never listen," you can firmly say, "I need to be heard." The second statement is shorter, calmer, and more powerful. Stoicism emphasizes reason over emotion. This applies directly to speech. Avoid filler words or long rants. Speak slowly and let pauses carry weight. Silence can sometimes be the strongest statement of all. People will learn to listen because your words are rare and meaningful. A leader's voice becomes powerful not by being the loudest, but by being the clearest. Respect comes when every word you choose feels intentional, controlled, and worthy of attention. Respect in the workplace. In modern workplaces, shouting rarely earns respect. It breeds fear and resentment. The professionals who rise are those who combine competence with composure. When colleagues or clients test your patience, your calm response will set you apart. Instead of reacting angrily to mistakes, guide others with firm but supportive feedback. Leaders who remain calm under stress are trusted more than those who explode. If you want respect at work, show reliability, communicate clearly, and stay composed under pressure. This creates an image of someone in control, someone who can handle responsibility. Remember, teams respect leaders who protect stability, not those who create chaos. By practicing calm authority, you position yourself as someone people want to follow, not because they fear you, but because they trust you. That trust is the foundation of lasting professional respect. Respect in personal relationships. Respect is just as important in personal life as in work. In families, friendships, and romantic relationships, shouting often damages trust. Calm authority builds stronger connections. A partner or parent who yells may force obedience, but they lose emotional closeness. A person who calmly communicates boundaries, however, strengthens respect while preserving love. In friendships, shouting can break bonds, but calm honesty deepens them. Stoicism teaches us to master emotions so we can treat others fairly, even when provoked. The key is remembering that respect is reciprocal. If you show respect through calm words and reliable actions, others will mirror it back. You don't need to dominate people to be respected by them. In fact, respect grows faster when it is rooted in empathy, patience, and dignity, qualities that shouting can never truly express. Commanding respect without raising your voice is not about being passive. It's about being powerful in a different way. Respect built on fear fades, but respect built on calmness, boundaries, and actions lasts a lifetime. By practicing self-control, speaking with clarity, and leading with example, you create authority that no shouting can match. This is the path of true strength, the path of Stoicism. Remember, calmness is power, silence is influence, and consistency is command. If you want others to respect you, start by respecting yourself and let your quiet force do the work. If you found this message valuable, subscribe to The Quiet Force. Each week, we explore timeless Stoic wisdom made practical for today's challenges, helping you live with strength, clarity, and peace. And always remember, true respect doesn't need a loud voice. It needs a strong presence.